There we go. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It is 5:35. We are here in the Rocky Hill Town Council chambers for a meeting of the Commission on Inclusion and Innovation. So I call this meeting to order. We'll start by taking a roll call to my left.
Here.
Well, just say your name. Just say your name.
Dea Shadowfax. Here.
Rafaela Calciano.
Tom Kosker.
William Kittle.
Thank you very much. Appointments and resignations. We actually have exciting 2 appointments to make tonight. We've been waiting for this for quite some time. So our new commissioner, Dea Shadowfax, we are appointing to a full membership member of the committee, of the commission.
Okay.
So welcome to the commission, and Dea has a wealth of experience and knowledge around inclusion and has done a lot of work in the Rocky Hill and greater Rocky Hill community on a variety of initiatives, let's put it that way. So we welcome her with open arms and are excited to have her. She was appointed on the Monday previous, right? If I get that date right, by the town council. I will check the date so I have that right. August 18th. On Monday, August 18th, she was appointed by the town council. So now we officially welcome her and appoint her to our commission.
Thanks.
So welcome. The second appointment is Shilpa Gohil, who could not make it tonight because she had a previously scheduled trip and vacation, so she's not in town. But Shilpa was also nominated and appointed by the town council on the 18th, and we now officially appoint Shilpa to the commission. So thank you both, and we're excited to have you joining us. And Dea has actually been participating with our commission and our committee work on planning our event, which we'll talk about tonight, for a while now. So we've known Dea for a bit and kind of run into her a number of events around town. So welcome. So that's it for that piece for tonight, and that gives us a full slate right now. Now, for those 3 people that are listening to this or watching it on TV later, we do have openings for alternates. So if you are interested in joining the commission, please reach out to us. Again, you can go to our website, on the town website, on the Commission on Inclusion, or email us and ask about that. And there's a link on the website about applying for membership. Next on the agenda, item number 4 is approval of minutes. You should all have in front of you, and were also emailed to you previously by Autumn, the minutes for the May 28th, 2025 meeting. I will accept a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve minutes of May 28, 2025.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And any discussion, any comments, any corrections in the minutes?
They look good?
All good? All right, seeing none, all in favor of accepting minutes? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Dea will abstain, actually, since she wasn't here for the meeting. Motion passes. Thank you for that. Next report item, and I was hoping Megan would be here by now, but she's not, so I'll report on this, is subcommittee reports on community conversations. And actually, I guess I'll just delay that. Well, it's all in one. So the next event after the next item on the agenda, after community conversations, the main thing we've been working on in community conversations is our event that's coming up, which is the next item on the agenda, which is Old Business, the Unity event. So I'm going to launch right into that and start giving you some of the details on that event, which has been in process of being planned. The event is scheduled for Saturday, September 20th. So if you haven't already, please mark your calendars for that. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's at Elm Park. And the event is going to be a little, I'll say different, but just improved, new and improved event than it was in past years. So for those people who have gone to the event in the past, it was previously called the Walk a Mile in My Shoes event. We were just having a conversation about that name. And the reason it was called that is the intent of the event was to meet your neighbors and to get to know them a little bit. Neighbors that you may know already and get to know them better. People in your neighborhood or in town or in your community who you've never met in that it's a good opportunity to get to know them a little bit. So that was the intent of the event, and it was sort of like the old saying, walk a mile in my shoes before you know what my life is like. So that was kind of the intent of the name of it. It's not an actual walk. You can walk, and people do walk around the park as they converse and talk and get to know one another. Some people roll that are in wheelchairs. Some people sit. Some people just relax. So anyway, that was kind of the purpose of the event originally, and now we're sort of expanding that event a bit, and it's becoming the Rocky Hill for All Unity event. You'll see behind me, there's our new sign that we've got printed, Rocky Hill for All, and I'll mention how that's going to play a part in the actual event. There are lawn signs that'll have the little stakes that you can use to mount them in your yard. So the Rocky Hill for All Unity event, we've expanded it a bit, and a couple of you guys have been at the meeting, so you can certainly chime in if you want to add things, but we're adding a couple components to it. So we're doing a little bit of entertainment in one piece of it. So we've got a group coming in to, it's a drumming group, and I have their name right here somewhere. If someone remembers the name, feel free to jump in. But it was like, there it is, Shiv Garjana. Shiv Garjana is a drumming group, and so Prem was able to connect with them, and they're going to join us for the event and do a drumming, I'll say, presentation or piece. So that's going to be one part of the event. We don't have the exact timing figured out yet, but that's going to be one piece. Another piece is we've invited the Dream Cafe. So for those of you who are not familiar, Dream Cafe is a little coffee shop cafe here in Cromwell on Route 160, and it's run by the Rocky Hill Public School System. And it's run in part by students with disabilities who are in the transition program here in Rocky Hill. So students usually between the ages of 18 and 22 with disabilities who are continuing in their education and vocational training to prepare for life after school. And so they help run that cafe, and they're going to come to our event and have some goodies for us. So we'll have some snacks, some breakfast sort of snacks and goodies, along with coffee and stuff. So it fit right in with our kind of unity and inclusion theme to have them join us. So that's another piece that we've added this year. Previously, we just got like Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. So we would kind of up the ante a little bit this year and do a little bit nicer. Another piece that we've added to the event this year is we're partnering with an organization called Shine Your Light, CT, Shine Your Light Connecticut. And they do a lot of connection with communities, organizations, and outreach around the arts and engaging people in the arts. And that might be the visual arts, it might be music, because there's lots of things that they do. And it's all around, again, the very similar mission as far as inclusion and whatnot. So we've partnered with them, and they're going to be leading a couple of activities, which we're still ironing out the details. We're going to be meeting as a committee after this full meeting to kind of work some of those details out. And so one of the things will be an art sort of painting thing, a community working together to paint. So we're going to have a large banner that has this saying on it, Rocky Hill for All. So there's kind of a large, I don't know, roughly 5 foot by 3 foot banner with Rocky Hill for All, and there we'll kind of jointly together paint it and add our messages on it and things like that. So it'll be kind of a community-built piece of art that we can use in parades or use as we promote ourselves at different events in town. So anyway, so that's one piece of it, and there's a couple other smaller pieces that they'll be bringing to the table for that event. The other piece we have is we're going to have these signs available for people who come to the event to paint or color or not. I got to work out exactly what that's going to look like, markers or paint or whatnot, so it's not entirely terribly messy, but we're going to figure that out. So you'll be able to grab one of these yard signs and decorate it however you want, whatever messages are meaningful for you, whatever colors or whatever you want to do, and post it in your sign in your yard. So to try to spread this message of Rocky Hill for All around the community. So that's another piece that we've added. So we've kind of upped the ante a little bit this year. And did I miss anything for those that have
I don't think so.
been at the meetings? I think I've hit on most of the pieces. Again, we're still working out some of the details on that, but it's September 20th, 9 o'clock. It's not super long, so an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. Oh, of course I missed something. The other key part of the event, which is the original intent of the event, is to get to know one another. So we're going to have the same opportunity we've had in the past, is where you have a chance to speak with and have conversations with people you don't know. So we'll partner people, pair people up, I should say, in pairs, just kind of randomly, so that you have a chance to just get to know one another. We do have some conversation starters for those people who are a little shy and introverted and might not be comfortable just kind of sparking conversation on your own. So we'll have those things available. But really, it's been really successful in the past. Again, just a chance to talk with someone you don't know. If you happen to know them, because there'll be people in town that you do know, obviously, at the event, then you get to know them a little bit better in ways that you might not already. And we found that it's really successful in getting people to, again, have the conversations they've never had, and you get to know somebody. It makes a big difference. So that's going to actually be the main part of the event, is that conversation piece, is getting to know your neighbors. So we'll probably do a couple rounds of that, interspersed throughout the event. It's you sort of should be there at 9-ish. It's not like a drop-in whenever you want sort of thing, because there'll be kind of a progression of events throughout the couple hours. But yeah, we invite everyone to come. We'll be getting the word out in the Rocky Hill Life should be going out in Rocky Hill Life this week or next week when this issue comes out. So hopefully that gets in there. We will be splashing it on social media. Megan made some flyers, which she was just finalizing, because she's very artsy and good with that kind of stuff. So she's finalizing those flyers. We'll get those out to everyone here. And our mayor's asked for a copy so she can splash it on social media, et cetera. And so, yeah, just to get the word out to sign up for the event and come. Did I miss anything? Anyone? Okay. I think I got everything. All right, new business. We have discussed training and orientation dates, and this is obviously new business, so we haven't really talked about it yet. And it's something that I've done previously when I first started on the commission, and a couple other commissioners who are currently on have done something similar. We have a few new commissioners, 3 new in the last year. So we're going to do something again. And I invite Dana to the mic to just give us a little explanation and have a little discussion around this point. Thank you, Dana.
Good early evening, Commissioners. How are you?
Good evening.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure for a couple of reasons. Number one, it is always such a delight that I get a chance to say thank you to all of you for the amount of time and effort that you put in. I remind anyone who is watching this that the people who are sitting before you, they have jobs. They have other things that they do. This is one additional thing that they have added to their plates to help the Rocky Hill community. And so thank you on behalf of myself, municipal employees, and the community. I'd also like to say a heartfelt welcome to our new commissioners. Thank you for, number one, your interest, and number two, the dedication that I know you are going to lend to the efforts of your colleagues here on the commission. You are unique as a commission, and I want you to know that you are so unique that even the structure and the documents that were used to create you as a body are being used by other towns and other entities, public entities, as a model, because they are modeling themselves after you. You are one of the few commissions that is nonpartisan. We don't ask, we don't tell, we don't know what anyone is when it comes to political parties, and we don't want to know. So much so that our chair advocated to make sure that information was removed, because I think it was placed there at one point within the last year or two, and I would ask you to also continue to look at our website, because we are committed to being a nonpartisan body. You are also unique in that your charge was the result of months and months of deliberation and work by a number of town councilors and community members back in 2019, 2020. A lot of work went into the governing ordinance. I've put a copy of that governing ordinance at your desks. I know that you've seen these before, but I put them there as a reminder to you that your work is very much informed by the expectations set before you by Town Council. Town Council, as elected by the community, has asked you to do something very specific. There are 4 charges in particular. I'm not going to read them in great detail, but one of those charges, number 5, states, "It is the commission that will model best practices in navigating difficult conversations, relieving community tensions, and de-escalating intergroup conflict." That is a heavy burden. That is an incredibly heavy charge. And you aren't expected to do that on your own. If you go down to the second section on that first page, and you look at the list of duties, duty number 2, actively participate in workshops designed to prepare you for your roles. Every other year or so, when we get enough new folks together, we like to hold retreats, workshops, orientations, whatever you want to call them. We bring you together for a couple of hours. We value your time, so we don't waste your time, but you will be asked to look at your calendars for the months of January and February. You will be asked by our chair and also by me to come up with a couple of dates that you absolutely will not be available, so that we can in turn offer updates for some sort of workshop or retreat, so that we can engage you in some training to make sure that you are prepared for what can be a very challenging time. You never know when you're going to get that call from the chair saying, something just happened in the community. And your community needs you, and they need you to respond, and they need you to respond quickly, and they need you to respond as a group. I have been privy to and present when those calls were made to your former colleagues, and including your chair, and those are not, they're never well-timed, they're never planned, and people, including the town council, they are counting on you to make a good call, a good judgment call. And we don't feel it's fair to put you in that position without providing you with information. One of those pieces of information would be how we go about setting up a structure for modeling best practices when it comes to navigating difficult conversations, and the textbook since the inception of the commission has been this book. Attached to the document that's in front of you, I have photocopied the cover page of that book. I will make sure that everybody gets a copy if you don't already have one. Our new commissioners don't have these copies yet of this book. I find it to be an easy read, and I ask that once you get the book, you have a good 3 or 4 months to go through it and to read it, because this becomes the basis for each of our workshops. In addition to talking about the skill sets for modeling difficult conversations, we're going to go over the protocols and rules for running a meeting. Thankfully, you have an experienced chair who runs our meetings, including taking care of the Roberts Rules of Orders items that we have to always pay attention to. And so we'll talk about that during the workshop, and we will also talk about the Freedom of Information Act. For those of you who aren't familiar with that, it is a requirement that all of your communications about this commission can be accessed by the public. That includes if you are using your personal cell phones to have dialogue about the work that you're doing for the commission. And so that's just the tip of the iceberg and some of the things that we want to talk about to make sure you understand the rules of accessibility and transparency in the work that you do. And I'm going to say again, thank you in advance. We look forward to working with you. I look forward to working with you. And if you have any questions, I think everybody knows how to find me.
Thank you, Dana. Any questions for Dana while she's still up there?
I have none. Thank you.
Thank you. And yes, so thank you very much. I just will comment quickly about the communications and FOIA for Dea and Shilpa, who's not here. We'll make sure we tell her, is all the commissioners get a separate email, right? It's not a town-issued email because we're commissioners and volunteers and we don't get a town-issued email, but just set up a Gmail account or something similar to Gmail that's just for this, and all communications, make sure we have that, and all communications will be through that, so it's just clean and easy, so if something does need to get FOIA'd, it's clean, and they're not digging into your million personal emails and stuff, because that's a total nightmare that Dana could speak to, but, so just for that point, so thank you.
Thank you.
And the trainings we've done in the past, thank you, Dana. The trainings we've done in the past, some of that have been great. I think they're very beneficial. Great conversations amongst ourselves. I think it sparks some good conversations in addition to us learning some skills and stuff like that. And it is a good book. I know Will and I have had the chance to read it. And Dana didn't bring this up, but it is something that the school district actually has adopted as well. So, as you can imagine, as an educator, there's a lot of opportunities for difficult conversations happening between, educators and students and et cetera. So, they've used this book and done some training around some of the authors of the book have come out and done some training to the school district. So, it's kind of used across town on that side as well. So, just wanted to mention that. Thank you. It's a lot of Tom talking tonight, unfortunately, so thank you for Dana for taking a few minutes and filling us in on something. So next on the agenda is a report from the commission chair. So two things I want to bring up. First of all, it was a very good and busy summer, and I don't know that the last time we met was in May, officially. So I want to just quickly run down some of the events that we've been part of as a commission, either some commissioners together going to an event or kind of officially as a commission since May 28th. So we went to a BAPS walk back on June 1st, so a few of us went to that walk. Kind of a be good, be nice, do great things walk. I mean, there's an official name for it that I can't remember. It was a really cool event right here at Elmridge Park. On June 4th, we had a Rocky Hill Pride event here at Elmridge Park, run by our Health and Human Services Department, and we participated there, had a table. That was a great event. That continues to grow. I think it's our third or fourth year of that event, and it continues to grow and get a little bit bigger each year, so that's great. On June 7th, we participated as a commission representing the commission in Rocky Hill in the Middletown Pride Parade, so that was a great event. That's a huge and amazing event. So we got to walk for the first time. So I've been to that event many times personally, and it was really neat to walk as a commission and as a group. On June 18th, June's a very busy month, we participated in the Juneteenth event, which was, again, at Elmridge Park. And then not so much, we didn't participate in this one so much, but it was a kind of inclusion event, was a Make Music Day event. Oh, and back to the Juneteenth. The Juneteenth event was a great event. We actually, there were some drummers there was some great food, there was some activities, some great poets, and some speakers and some musicians. It was a pretty powerful event. So we'll promote that again next year when it comes up, and we've had members of our commission were parts of the planning committees on a lot of these events. So we'll continue to do that in the future. Make Music Day was on June 21st, was another one that was a great event. We were less involved in the planning of that, but we did participate and join in a couple of the events that day. So that was what's happened. July and August are historically pretty quiet because people are on vacations and lots of stuff happening, so there weren't a lot of events there. But coming up, we have this Friday, August 29th, we have Prevention Palooza, which is a kind of opioid prevention event being held again by Rocky Hill Health and Human Services. I always think I get that name wrong every time I say it, but I think that's the right name of the group. So they're planning that. It's at 5 to 8 this Friday night. We will have a table there. I can't even remember who responded to me that they could make it, but hopefully we'll see somebody there. I can't even remember because it's been a while, a busy summer. But so we'll be there with a table just promoting the commission and our work, 5 to 8 at Elmridge Park, Prevention Palooza. The next one that's in the planning stages now, and we're starting to nail down details, is a Diwali celebration. So right now this is planned for October 25th at 10 o'clock. and we're a little flux in the plans, but it's 10 to noon, 10 to 1, something like that. That'll be here at the community center, I think is where that's being held. More details to come on that. We'll have meetings before then, and I just noticed I don't have my next meeting listed on my thing, Dana, so if you know what that is, if you could look that up quick, that'd be helpful. So that's all I have from the commission chair report. Again, welcome to our new commissioners. It's great to have you. Any questions for me or any comments at all?
What, did you want our next meeting?
Yeah, do you have our next meeting?
October 29th.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm glad I mentioned both of those events because our next meeting is after both of those events. So we have 6 meetings a year. Instead of doing them every other month, we've kind of front-loaded them a little bit to the first half of the year because we had more going on then and planning needs and stuff. So we sort of did like 4 then, and we do 2 in the fall. I think that's right. I think we do now in October, and then we skip over to January or something like that. So we stay away from the holidays because the holidays gets a little busy. So thank you for that. October 29th, 5:30 will be our next meeting here. And we do have a committee meeting immediately following this meeting, so all of you are welcome to join that, and we'll be continuing to work on the details of planning our Rock Hill for All Unity event. Next on the agenda is public comment. This portion of the meeting is specifically set aside for comments from the public, who are asked to limit their comments to 3 minutes. Any person interested in providing public comment but cannot attend the meeting can email their comment to commissioninclusioninnovation@rockyhillct.org. Do we have anybody from the public that would like to make comment? Sure. And if you could come up to the mic, please, if you don't mind, and just start off just by stating your name and address, and then thanks so much.
I'm Brianna Davis Reyes. I live at 55 Riverview Road. It's one of those historic houses right by the ferry. What am I allowed to say? What am I not allowed to say?
You are allowed to say sort of whatever you want to say. I mean, we're here to listen. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I didn't even know this was up here, so this is good to know that this is here. But I guess I sort of got involved because I am in the process of moving, which is kind of tangential to what I'm about to say, but the reason why I'm in the process of moving is because I've been experiencing, and my family's been experiencing, racial discrimination. Yeah, right here in Rocky Hill, like down the street. I could walk here, actually, I live so close. So it's one of those things where I was listening to the things that you guys are doing. I think they're really great, but there's just a lot of work to be done, and I know people don't like to hear it because people like to feel like, well, we're kind of past that and we've moved forward and we've progressed. And I think in a lot of ways we have, but there's a lot of things that still persist and have space to grow and be very harmful to other people. And I don't know what to do with it all the time. The discrimination that I faced was a new wound in the sense that, like, it doesn't usually happen in my face so close to me, but then an old wound because I've heard the story of my mother and my grandmother and their parents going, generations back of things that have happened to them. And it feels like sometimes nothing has really changed as much as we like to think that it has. So I didn't know what I was going to say. This is just kind of me on the spot, rambling things that are in my head. But I just wish people cared a little bit more. I feel like I've tried to reach out to every entity and body that I could find to kind of put this in front of them and have them do something with it that I can't do by myself. And a lot of it's just well, that's not our department, or we can't really, get involved with these sort of things. And so I feel like I'm just kind of screaming in a room by myself with no one that's really listening to me. And yeah, it's an interesting feeling as well that I don't love. But yeah, I don't know if that's been 3 minutes, but those are just some of my thoughts that I've had. Thank you. Thank
you very much. We appreciate you coming here greatly. I can imagine it's not easy having the conversation and bringing it up whenever you bring it up. So we do appreciate that. And I think, you know, however you found your way to this mic right now, I'm glad you did. And this is the place for that. And I hope we can be someone who, at a bare minimum, is listening, but more importantly, can try to help make some change in Rocky Hill. And I think it's really important, the message that you are shouting, to use your words, that I think we know, many of us, but many people forget, ignore, disregard, don't care, don't think. I don't know. I don't want to put what other people are thinking, you know, out there, but like, we know these things have happened. They've happened in our own community that we've been aware of since this commission has existed. Whether it's, you know, graffiti around town, whether it's flyers being tossed around town, you know, hate groups being present in town. So we're familiar with this stuff happening. We're hoping to continue to try to do our piece to help promote events that are inclusive, have these conversations. It's actually sort of why that this Walk a Mile event that used to be called that, now our Unity event, was started, is to get people to talk to one another. Not saying that fixes everything, but it certainly helps. So yeah, we would love to engage with you, and if you're willing, is to, you know, chat with us, you know, at some of our meetings or whatever. Invite you to come to our committee meetings, et cetera. To how can we work together, you know, as the commissioners and yourself, to try to make a positive change for that, right? And get this message out of Rocky Hill for All, and that, you know, so in the message out, which hopefully it's getting out right now by you presenting here, so this is part of it, right? You talking here for a couple minutes, that, you know, discrimination is happening every day, you know, in Rocky Hill, in our community, right? You know, like it or not, if you can stick your head in your sand if you want to, but it's not going to make it go away. So thank you anyway. It's a little bit rambling going on, but thank you for coming. I appreciate it, and it's not good to hear the message, but it's good to hear, and it's important that we hear it. So thank you, and I invite you to join us for our committee meeting, which will be, the public's always welcome. You know, we'll be planning that event and talking details, and maybe we can weave some things into that to get that message out there during our event anyway. So thank you very much.
Okay. You're welcome. Do I just go sit back down there?
You can hang out. Yeah, you can hang out if you want. The meeting's pretty much over. That's the last item on the agenda. So thank you very much. So thank you. Any other questions, comments? Fairly quick meeting tonight. Having nothing else, Dana, if we have nothing else, I'll accept the motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
And second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, 6:07, 6:08, meeting adjourned.